Hello, Professor. My name is Ziyue Shen. The three writers I want to introduce today are Lamartine from the Romantic era, Jean-Paul Sartre from Existentialism, and Charles Baudelaire from Realism and Symbolism. Lamartine is an early Romantic poet. Like other poets of his time, he likes to integrate his points and emotions into nature. Lamartine's The Lake is a good embodiment of nature in his works. The lake roughly tells that Lamartine and his lover met at the lake and agreed to meet again at the lake years later. However, after many years, his lover was unable to keep the appointment due to health reasons. Lamartine can only express his feelings of loss and sadness through the lake. He wrote, "Forever driven to a snowshore swept into eternal night without return. Will we never for even one day on time's vast ocean as being like a boat on the ocean?" Here, he uses the eternity of the lake, that is, nature, to reflect the shortness of people's time. His lover has disappeared, but the lake is still there. In the passage of time, the lake acts like as a medium between the present and the past. Lamartine also uses the personification technique in this point. He asks the lake, "Where you last saw her rest?" It was as if he, his lover, and the lake had witnessed their appointment together. I am very familiar with this writing technique because it is also very common in ancient Chinese poetry. Chinese poets prefer to express their feelings through the moon, the wind, and other elements. The second writer I want to introduce is existentialist Jean-Paul Sartre. In my opinion, Sartre is a very typical existentialist. Sartre's view is, we are free because we live in a universe without meaning or laws. He also thinks people are condemned to be free. People have the right to exercise any of their freedoms, but at the same time, they will need to be responsible for what they have done and will need to be condemned for wrong things. He wrote in his article, "The man being condemned to be free carries the weight of the whole world on his shoulders. He is responsible for the world and for himself as a way of being. That is, people have a burden off their shoulders because what they do is uncertain. No one will tell them whether what they do is right or wrong. All the criteria and restrictions are set by themselves, such as people, family, situations, etc. Existence precedes essence. Sartre believes that there is no plan, no destiny, no God in the world, only one's own consciousness and choice. Therefore, when you are in trouble, don't hesitate or still doing nothing because of external factors, and just be brave to be yourself." As he wrote, "It is therefore sense to think of complaining, since nothing has decided what we feel, how we live, or what we are." I like Sartre because he is like my teacher. He uses his thoughts and philosophy to teach me what the world is like, how to have deeper thoughts, and how to become a better person. Finally, I would like to talk about Charles Baudelaire of realism and symbolism. His writing style is very strange to me because in ancient Chinese literary works, there are few detailed description techniques just like photography, and even less do they spend a lot of work to describe negative and informal things such as sex, evil, and death. As he wrote in his Flower for Evil, he goes to infatuation, sadism, lust, avarice, proceeds our souls and drain the body's force. We are screwn our adorable removes like horse or beggars nourishing their lives. Here, he used the bad habits of horses and beggars to symbolize people's negativity. In addition, Charles likes to put his poems in a rhyme scheme of ABAB. Although the original text is not written in English, we can still feel it from the translation. Finally, Charles tries to be transparent. He criticizes himself and even criticizes readers in his work. He once wrote, "You know it well, my reader. This obscene, this chain smokes yawning for the guilty. You hypocrite return, my double, my brother." And they are my favorite writers. Thank you for listening.